necessarily. You just never know what to expect with them. And I think this is a great map to have these two teams play on, because ENVYUS, they have a good affinity for this too.
Envy going to be starting on the CT side, as we can see. So let's see what they have to offer. Virtus Pro, although Virtus Pro are the aggressors, so let's see how it will go. XMS, it's a popular French position, or a popular position in France, should I say. It's not a French position per se. Anyway, the headshots have begun. Happy baiting his teammate, but can he deliver kills? He can, so it works out perfectly fine. Two more CTs rotating towards the ramp position. Bomb goes down towards that new room.
Snacks will slowly make his way in, and oh, very nice from Happy, just dropping straight into the vents, finding himself a quick headshot. Taz waiting patiently there in a concealed position. He is the last line of defense. He's got the Molotov as well, but it's on Snacks to sort of buy him some time. He doesn't want to, throw it just yet. He wants to wait till the last possible moment. He will toss it in though. Eventually will die. Snacks is there to finish the business, but he can't quite do it. However, Scream, I don't think he has time here. Indeed, he has no kit, so that is going to be the round won by VP. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Good start for the Poles.
Yeah, so far so good for Virtus Pro. Happy looking for the ace there, not quite happening though. There we go. VP off to a good start, which you don't say so often these days. So let's see what the play is from Envy. The force buy for the most part. Sixer though is saving for the AWP. I don't think he bought anything. I think CZ was actually no. Maybe he had some more money from a kill or something, because he's got 1500. So if you had bought Kevlar, you'd start with 1500 in this round, basically, before any kills. Whatever. He's saving for AWP in short. XMS up close to the CZ. 2 kills. The rise of the CZ.
It is very, very fitting as well, under the ENVYUS banner, to see them make some frags with it.
Look at the guns they've got. They've got 3 rifles, including 2 AKs.
That is money. High value stuff. There's no kit, so if they are too slow, that could be an issue. New guarding the vents. Can he collect an AK? This is that could potentially have been such a good engagement for him, as they're just dropping into his reticle, but I think Taz is screwed, to be honest. I think Taz is actually just completely screwed here. How does he win this? He's got a UMP versus 4 players. He's not even fully health. Fully health? Fully health. Is that a thing?
No, it's not. Let's not make it a thing.
Fully healthed up.
Let's see. Well, let's see. What I wanted to say, actually, not let's see. Scream jumping down in the ladder. He jumped down crouching, which allowed him to get that kill, because I think it was Neo in the vents who was aiming for somebody's head/neck. And I don't know how often you see people go down the ladder and crouch. Well, not down the ladder, but down the hole, whatever. So that gave Scream enough advantage to get the kill there. So Virtus Pro's good start has turned into a disastrous one, giving 3 T rifles away in the second round. 2 AK, 6er and RPK. The Galil onto XMS. Ooh. Oh dear. Was that a burst fire? Surely not. I think it was burst fire.
Well, whatever it is, it's a lot of dead VP players. Pretty easy cleanup for ENVYUS. And this is such a sick start. Like, I don't think you can really get a better start than this because of the 3 weapons that they picked up. Look at how insane their money is. We're into the 4th round. Scream has 8k in the bank, and his teammates aren't too, well, a couple of his teammates aren't too far behind him too. There's an AWP out there for 6, so he's going to spend quite a lot of money, but still, this is a really good start for them, and that's going to provide them a lot of security and allow them to make some of those plays that they may want to make on the CT side that could incur some risk, but we'll see. I would like to see them play standard to start with, but ooh,
I love that grenade.
Nice.
That is my favorite grenade to throw on you.
Not for Pasha though, he's down to 44. That's some big damage, chunky damage.
That's one reason to not open the squeaky door at the same timing every round, because if I'm a CC player in the upper area and I know you're just going to open the door and not charge in most rounds, I'm just going to hold a grenade and wait for you to open it and then throw the grenade immediately. That's half your health gone. VP wrapping around the main position, but the smokes may allow him to get close towards Hell as well. But Sixers move to the outside is this a one and done spot, however? He can't know how many people are outside. And when he finds out, he may be in trouble. And the problem is, do the CTs extend to try and support him? They do, and they get a second kill from it. And Sixer's still alive. Does the third kill outside. Works out very well for Envy indeed.
Envy played this really well. They read the situation so well and positioned everyone. XMS there, you know, in the hell position to support. It just worked out really nicely for them. And VP, they just don't win any of these engagements. Trying to essentially go for these picks, but the thing is that the CTs have these more defensible spots, and because they know how VP are moving, more or less, they take these perfect positions. I think that's a bit too difficult without utility. Taz still trying to make a go of it though. He has a good position here in heaven, but Envy is playing very passively as they should. But oh, this is a blind spot. Oh, this could be huge here. Free kill for Taz, and now he's holding on to the heaven position. This could be the start of something, but they don't have a way to get the bomb there quickly enough, potentially, or just in time. Just half a second to go on that. Wow.
This is doable. These are really nice positions. We see a rotation now. Six is trying to jump up, but he is not hiding the fact that he's trying to do that. Taz with many directions to worry about. Six are taken down. The reload has to come in. Pasha delivering with the AWP. He hears Scream running. He's trying to reposition, but Scream with the headshots. Just the one. Pasha will trade, and this continues to go back and forth, which is, I think, unfortunate for Envy. Taz found the hole in the armor there because, you know, Envy are a team where I've started to enjoy watching them play again. They're really prepared for the maps when they pick them, when it's their choice, I mean. And I think they played that round really well, especially with the support for the sniper outside. Based on considering where Six was, that's not easy to get one kill there and get more than that and survive. So Taz opening up the round for VP, putting them back into winning ways. Both teams on the buy now. Snacks on the sawn off.
Ooh, Happy. I was about to say, you know, Happy usually is going to be playing around the secret area, and you can see he's playing much more conservatively this round. It's going to work out. He spots the big push here, and you can see the rotation comes in. We've got player in vents there for ENVYUS as VP tried to occupy these spaces, but it's Scream. He's got us. This could be so awesome. Sort of switch out for the M4 there, looking for the trade fragger. It's not to be though. Can just even keep out the sawn off in this position. It's so good, but he wants that ability to just pop out into the main bomb site itself. Got to be so careful here. I can't believe Scream's going for this. This is massive. Could take down two players for free. There's one. There's a second. The transfer's good for Scream. No response from VP. And now it's just Taz once again. ENVYUS, man, they are getting the info and they're reacting appropriately.
You have no idea how happy it makes me to see sawn-off kills.
Yeah.
I'm really happy, Dan. I'm a happy person right now.
See, even the Kraken as well.
Yeah. I mean, if he goes back, there's a reasonable chance he gets that. He gets more tentacles out then. He gets them tentacles out. Anyway, they continue to trade rounds, and the 4 spies will also continue. Barley is not on the scoreboard just yet, but maybe this will be the round. The Deagles are out for Barley and Pasha. P250s, again, still needs more research on the new P250. Doesn't one-shot anymore. Not the best pistol at a longer range.
Yeah, to be fair, it was way too good. I mean, generally the pistols in this game are really good, but before the PT50, it was just so...
It was a bit broken.
It was so,
I won't lie.
so good. The fact that you could just one-shot with it at all for like $300 is just unbelievable. So this has really not worked out very well for VP. Like, if you consider the way that ENVYUS are winning these rounds, because the last round they survived with basically everybody, and VP are just, you know, won a round as well. So they've reset their economy. So ENVYUS are in this crazy position where if they take this round clean as well, then they could just get out of control with the money. So it's a perfect scenario for them to build some security. Good use of grenades. So far, ENVYUS have shown a really strong nuke game. I mean, it's very early, but from what we've seen, they have all the appropriate reads, and then they understand as a team how to respond to those reads, how to position, who needs to take what risks, and so far it's looked really good.
Yeah, they're very coordinated. Really good support for each other. You see RPK there immediately to clean things up. Great support for Envy, positioning their players very well. I love the spot on the ramp, the instant Molotov. They have expectation. and they try to exploit their opponent when they're weak. And that allows them to get that consecutive round and put VP on the eco. It's money-making time for Envy. I wonder if we'll see a Molotov towards the squeaky door at the beginning of this round. Perhaps we will, perhaps we won't.
It's going to be an intimidating time for VP. I mean, no one ever likes to be in this position. On the T side of nuke, where the CTs, like, you can feel that their money's starting to get out of control. It's very difficult to deal with.
Ooh.
And trigger happy.
So the Molotov went into Hut instead of Squeaky. 6 landing shots today.
Nice.
That's great to see for Envy.
Oh,
really
wow.
good stuff. Get those eco frags.
What was this guy yesterday?
Yeah.
I mean, that was just one series of kills, but yesterday he would have missed that every time.
Yeah, that's it's good to get those in early. Good to get warmed up early, especially when you're the sniper. Talking of warmed up, Barley is 0-1 and 7 at the moment, and Neo's not far in front with 1-0-7. So, but it's still early days for VP. They've only got 2 rounds on the board, so we don't really need to focus on that too much right now.
Yeah, it's definitely looking really good for the French side. Sixer, too
dear.
easy. Pasha running before the smoke blooms, and that's what you get. And that's a really big problem. He was the only player towards the outside that could create pressure, that could act within the gaps.
How does that happen,
and
though?
split with the team on the ramp. And I mean, I think it was just complacency, isn't it? It's just missed timing, just not looking, not waiting for the smoke.
A team they've been together longer than any other team in CS. How do you have a timing like that? It's bonkers. They've taken ramp though. The 4 remaining players of Virtus Pro. Many footsteps will be heard by Envy. So they can reposition their team. Scream taken down around the vent area. XMS is in a very vulnerable spot, but perhaps his team can run distraction. They will, but they won't get any kills for it. Can he stop the bomb plant? Does he want to reveal his position? Neo and Snacks around the smokes. Maybe they don't know where XMS is just yet. There is a second player on the site for Envy as well. That's RPK. He's been a superstar for the team as of late, and he needs to be now. 2 versus 3.
Yeah, Sixer as well, also hitting some of those shots today, so looking forward to seeing what he can do. Ooh, just the timing there, timing miss. Can he get a no-scope? Yes, he can. That's Bialy down. Still 2 players to go, though. Neo down to 1 HP. That is, how is he alive? He won't be alive for much longer, and both players fall. Really nice retake there from RPK and Sixer. It was not easy, but they made it happen for the 6-2 scoreline, and that's a... And like the thing with Pasha, do you reckon Pasha here is going, oh god, he shot me through the smoke, guys? do you reckon he's telling lies? Because maybe they're thinking the same, like, come on Pasha, how do you die there? We have smokes. Oh man, he's waiting in the smoke. There's just 5 of them.
I'm sure that does happen.
Oh yeah.
And I bet some people watch demos and get exposed afterwards.
Yeah.
Well then, let's see if they can do it this time. After this deployment of grenades, see, that's better. That's better. 6 are taking the pot shots. Ooh, close, but there we go. I think you have to, at this point, you just accept that the T's can take the secret position. Happy keeping an eye on main. And meanwhile, Scream will try to mount an offense towards the back of B, but it's not going to quite work out for him. I don't think they would have heard Happy there. 6 are very exposed, trying to play an off angle, but the numbers are great for VP in this round. Happy coming in for the flank. Can he stop the plant? He can, but he can't kill the planter. He's on his own, and there are 4 Virtus Pro players, so there's only so much Happy can do in this situation. He's got 6k in the bank. I'm sure the money for the rest of the team is not far behind, so again, it might be a question of damage, but maybe he needs to save that extra rifle for a buy in the future rounds.
I kind of like what he did, the way he just fell back so far immediately, because he does give himself opportunities to pick up the AWP that was dropped by Sixer in ramp room, and that also means that that's a likely escape path to some of the T's as well. So he can like do damage while at the same time, you know, coming into an unknown spot. However, of course, there was a player to spot him along the way, unfortunately, but he did get a kill. He upgraded to an AK, so pretty good result, you know, surviving as well. I think Happy's done well here in this position.
Yeah, I didn't think about the AK. I mean, the AWP. That would be wise to save, but Virtus Pro were all over that. Always good to be aware of what your opponent might be after, what they might try to salvage when they're losing a round, and protect those weapons if you can. Use them as bait. Just leave them on the floor and hold a weird angle. Sixer on the AWP anyway. Again, they did have the money, so it's always nice to save it if you can. He'll be changing his positions outside. You can see Happy moving towards that secret area as the smokes go down from VP once again.
And so this is more typical Happy on nuke. Seeing him try to pressure through secret, it's a very difficult situation that you have to be really cautious of the angles that you expose yourself to. Because as you can see, that first little peek there, he's checking the silo, and then he can make calls to Sixer as to what's going on. Sixer then can inform himself in the push, but Scream already from main with the additional help of Sixer. They've got the bomb, and this is a massive issue.
Look how he's flashing for Happy as well. The second time he's done that, throws the flash out. Great stuff from Envy. They are looking so coordinated on nuke, and that is one of the key roles often for a sniper, is throwing flashes for his teammates. Something that you don't often think about. You think about the scope, but it's not just about the scope, it's about the utility as well. XMS taking down Sixer, please! What have you had for breakfast, sir? Been on that saucy song. Taz again, last man standing for his side. He does not have control of the bomb, and there are 35 seconds on the clock, $400 in the bank. He needs to make this as expensive for the CTs as possible. Scream is lurking around T-Red, and that will put an end to that. AWP if he wants it, but they'll stick with one.
Scream on 13 kills, Sixer on 12. Yeah, that was a really nice round. Actually, that's a round where I feel like going into the demo and just like capturing the setup that Envy had, and just sort of like just to show it in more detail, you know, to really highlight, okay, this is this guy's job, and this is this guy's job, and so on, because they really, as you said, were very coordinated there, and it just completely crushed VP outside. Nice, and that's a really good flick. What is this?
This is the Sixer we need to see all the time.
Yeah.
We need this consistency from him. This is so crucial to Envy. Can make such a difference if he can keep up this level of performance. And he doesn't need to have 13 kills in 11 rounds. He just needs to land the shots.
Yeah, and I think there's only been one round where he's missed a shot, whereas yesterday it was like, well, you sort of expect him to basically miss like most of the time, which is, which, you know,
damn Dad.
That was just, you know, that's how it was yesterday. I mean, you know, you're taking some shots here or there, but this is much more what you as you'd expect from someone with his, also from his history in previous games.
I wonder if it's comfort zone depending on the map as well, because again, Envy are looking extremely comfortable on nuke. They are very coordinated. There's great support for Sixer. He has freedom of the yard as well. So there's a lot to do. It's an engaging map for Envy to play on the CT side. That much is clear.
Yeah, VP, I mean, they've done well almost in some regards to actually get 3 rounds, although there was a couple close situations where I felt like they could perhaps have really started to tie, or come to a situation where things would be almost at a tied score, but ENVYUS are playing really routine, very drilled and disciplined right now. You can see why they chose this map. You can see why they like this map.
This is a tactical timeout from Versus Pro. They're just having some discussion. I like that knife, but I'm done buying knives there. Mostly.
Done with the skins.
I've done. I have the skins. I have enough knives. You know what? When you watch Fallen or Ping, because he flicks out his butterfly knife, it made me like them more, but I still don't like them enough to buy one. But I still have like 5 knives, so I'll just stop. I will just stop. Well then, Versus Pro really talking things out here, but ultimately they must die. They must die. Did you watch Romeo Must Die? Did I have Jet Li in it?
I don't know.
Was Jet Li in that?
I don't know that movie.
I really enjoyed that movie. Romeo Must Die.
Have you seen that sort of modern interpretation of Romeo and Juliet?
I enjoyed that.
That was really good, actually.
Yeah.
That was so sick.
Yeah.
It's actually so sick.
I liked it. Yeah, Romeo Must Die, I think, had Jet Li in. I haven't watched the Jet Li movie in ages.
Yeah.
I barely watch movies though.
Anyway, Zelda, we discovered that yesterday.
The round is done, so we can move on. They have had their chat. We don't. I almost miss those rounds. I think I do miss those rounds where a team, you know, it was always an existence team, right? Would just be sitting around using the rounds because they can get almost nothing out of it. So they'll get something out of it by using it as a tactical timeout, and it's really cool to see that. It's also cool to see actual tactical timeouts, as we saw from Gambit when ENVYUS was keeping his team together.
The other thing to note here is the level of investment from VP. Like, so when ENVYUS see 3 smokes outside, it's quite a big tell when their economy...
Oh my god, Scream! Scream! Please! That is just so wrong. 2 versus 3, there's still a chance for Virtus Pro as RPK gets punished for repositioning. There's still control of the bomb for Virtus Pro, but Neo is gone. Bialy has time on the clock. Oh my god, those one taps were disgusting, dude. How do you not spray there? Everyone else in Counter-Strike sprays there. Everyone. Everyone else. Only Scream is pressing one. He's only pressing it once. Only Scream.
Bialy looking for redemption. Denied by Sixer.
Oh my god, man. I need a moment there. I need a moment.
Well, the half's about to break because it's 10-3. There's only 2 more rounds left in this first half.
Oh, show me a sex face.
Oh my god.
Jesus. That is... Oh my god, man. Oh my god. Oh. That's like... What can you do? I don't know. It's like someone puts cheats in Street Fighter. It's like round 1 fight. Instantly...
Anyway, VP trying to scrape together 2 more rounds in the first half, make this doable. It would always be doable. But so far they've not shown the aptitude required to take down the CT side of ENVYUS. They've been playing so well. And this is a cool setup. This is going to be really tough for VP. Oh, XOS will die straight away. That's really nice for VP. They needed to do that, but Happy, if he plays this well, could get a double. There it is. Looking for the third. He will be annihilated eventually, but still VP, they've done a good job in taking down the trade fraggers, and they find themselves at advantage. I feel like they haven't been in this position almost at all in this first half until now.
Scream's alive, though.
That he is. 7 HP, though.
So Envy, the last 2 players have positioned themselves together on the B bomb site, but it's not going to work out for them. Do you remember when you could shoot between sites? Like with an AWP or something,
yeah,
you could just shoot through the floor.
Yeah.
Those are good days, man. But those days have come and gone, and Scream will have to make his way up the ladder if he wants to shoot these players. There's a smoke there for the time being. The Molotov as well, he's got 7 HP. The smoke will save him just about. Well then, the clock's ticking. Scream has the only defuse kit, and he has the 1 versus 3 here, and it's not going to happen. Oh! I did wonder if he was going all the way.
Save that AK, man. Save that AK.
We took Scream out for lunch once. For some nice Arabic food on Edgware Road.
Oh yeah, it was it just a shawarma? I think it was. We just had shawarma.
It may have been, yeah. I don't recall. It was a very long time ago.
Yeah, I remember picking him up from King's Cross St. Pancras off the Eurostar.
That was fun. We had him in the studio as a color commentator.
He was skinny then. He was super skinny then.
He's skinny, very quiet,
and he
very polite.
He's so skinny you couldn't spin the wheel.
Oh yeah, that was a great video. You can find it on YouTube. Just search for Face It Scream Wheel, and you'll have a joyous occasion. Last round, big buys from both sides. We've got dual Berettas on Pasha and dual AWPs on Envy. Sixer and Happy. Happy's had some good performances this week with the AWP so far. This is a novel boost.
Nice.
But there's nobody home. Sixer's been changing his position. He'll probably be here a bit later on, but can Pasha find him?
Again, they didn't invest nearly as much in the outside there. Ooh, Neo finds himself a blind spot. That's always very lovely. But XMS has managed to push his way into lobby. This is a very big deal. And now XMS can just sit there for ages here. And they can sort of allow VP to... Well, they can use that information to reposition a bit and allow VP to make a play. And VP should not expect this. XMS, though, he's understood that he's got a flanking opportunity here on the outside. Got to be careful. And ooh, he's got to get this kill, surely. Oh dear, that was indeed a bit greedy. And it's Happy now with the AWP to try to save the day. Oh wow, that is some stunning stuff there from Happy. He's been showing us great AWP work of late.
We've got Scream and Pasha standing next to each other in the smoke. Who's going to see who first? Well, it's going to be Pasha. That leaves Happy alone with the AWP. and he is surrounded like he's in an 80s movie. 5 rounds versus Pro. 2 at the very end. Didn't look great for them, and I mean the score isn't spectacular, but they've given themselves some opportunity. Scream 24/7. That was the CT side. What can he do on a T side?
And the dynamic does change dramatically. Like yesterday, I mean, it was a very clear example of how in Counter-Strike, you know, you can never take any half for granted. You know, if you have a 10-5, that's great, but that's by no means a guarantee that you're going to win a game. Your side, your T side in this instance, has to be in good shape. You know, you can't just be a one-side wonder. Most of the maps in CS:GO have sort of been more balanced out. I think that was what Valve intended. Because, you know, we used to have these... Nuke used to be incredibly CT-sided. Incredibly so. Same with Train. But here is the rush from ENVYUS down the slow side. This is what VP did. Oh, wow. This is good stuff from Taz.
Very good stuff from Taz. And the rest of the Virtus Pro side as well. Multiple targets will slow the T's down, especially when they don't land the shots. Makes it even worse. Lovely stuff from Taz. So we look good for a tight score. However, Virtus Pro won the previous pistol as well and then lost immediately to an Envy Force Buy. And it's almost an identical situation, but Six is in fact going to buy a bit more. So he had 1,400, but he's bought himself a CZ. Again, looks like he was saving for the AWP, but instead it seems they will want to keep the CTs honest, so he will have a slightly higher investment. Pasha getting to work with the scout. That is a great second shot. Great second shot. So much fun to deliver kills with a scout.
ENVYUS need to do some damage here. They got a single kill yet. Happy. Oh wow, that was so close. That's kind of a problem. I mean, you need to keep that economy honest.
Pasha's like, shut it down. You know, like when the cops come in the wire. He's like, shut it down, shut it down, shut it down. But Pasha is the cops, and he's making him shut it down. He's shutting it down himself.
I actually rewatched The Wire. It's been too long. Deserves more than one watch.
One watch?
Yeah, I only watched it one time. The entirety of The Wire. Need to rewatch it. Right. Just blocks then. Should be a pretty fast one. Oh wow, they actually got the bomb down. That is really impressive, to be honest. I mean, you know, the good old vent dive can often afford you a bomb plant, but in this situation, I guess they'll take that in lieu of any kills. Can they convert it, though, into some actual round wins, some actual damage onto VP? Because so far, VP have been unscathed in the last couple rounds.
Planterize the bomb source.
Yeah, and Sixer had all the money in the world he could have, if he wanted to, have bought an orb. But they choose to be more dynamic. They run with the 5 AKs. Get some smokes outside, the typical.
I wonder if a round like this, where you don't buy the AWP, is that you believe in the strength of your rounds, and you just can take the one from the CT side. I don't know how often that happens, but it'll be cool to ask a question like that to each team.
I think
what their answer is.
No, I think it's a very good approach, generally speaking. And ENVYUS, they are just heating things up here, going for a very big switch above pace, running straight in there, taking the battles. That is just quite the snap, isn't it? Happy having a great time there in lobby, and that is ENVYUS in an amazing situation. And talking about stealing away AWPs, well, there's not an AWP to be stolen just yet, unless Pasha can actually. Well, unless they can actually find him and take him down. He's trying to escape. I think he's been spotted now. Pasha, what are you going to do, my friends? What are you going to do? You need to keep this AWP out of the hands of the T's. He's just trying to survive, man. He's just trying to survive. He's got his tents up there.
Just waiting to see if he's going to survive or not.
Yeah. Nice. Ooh, is he going to die? Yes, I knew it! I knew that would happen! Because he thought he was safe, James. He thought he was safe for a moment. You could see it. He thought he was safe, and that's when you die, James. It's when you think you're safe, you die.
That was perfect timing with the bomb explosion as well.
Yeah.
But no, it's Scream. Scream is a bomb explosion. He's like the exploding man in that. Was it Heroes, that show? I don't think you watched that.
I watched Heroes.
Heroes.
Season 1 was really good.
Yeah. How to stop an exploding man. You can't if it's Scream. He gonna explode. Both teams on the bye. 3-round lead for Envy. This is a key round for both sides. Last time Envy threw those smokes, there was a Molotov towards T-Red. This time it's towards the the secret stairs. Taz spotting ahead there. How long will he stay? Precarious situation. Falling back, moving back, and further back. Waiting for rotation for his teammates. Trying to play with support that he knows the numbers game is going to be great for Envy. Envy forcing Virtus Pro back, but they've got so much time. They won't charge into the B bomb site using a numbers game to try and trade towards Hell, and it works out for them.
Scream does get the kill onto Snacks, but the bomb is down. So he's going to have to go back and collect that now. Well, he's got utility, that's really nice. But he might not want to give up this vantage point just yet. There's loads of time. Does actually drop for the bomb immediately and making some noise up and down the ladder. The CTs will be pretty aware as to his position due to all that racket that he's sounding off on their ladder there, and it's Happy in the yard to try to help him out. How are they going to open this one up? Happy has been really on point lately. Scream. Oh, that is really nice there from Scream, but he needs more than that. Happy's down, and it's now Scream down as well. That's the round for VP. It's good attempts. The VP, they've done it, man. They've crushed the buy. ENVYUS are back to a save.
Taz did well to stay alive in that ramp position. Tried to use the Molotov to slow down the T's and just continue to fall back again. Many engagements that he could have taken. He could have chosen to stand his ground, but it's almost guaranteed that he's going to die. Maybe he kills one person and then dies, and that's not really favourable to the CT side, so he chooses to fall back, and then he wants to get into a stronger position for him, a position where Envy may expose themselves to more players trying to take him down. 2 players being taken down for Virtus Pro. Neo's got to be careful. Got support from Pasha. Pasha continues to trade for his side. Somehow Virtus Pro, they've lost 3 players. Happy has full armor with this CZ. He is dangerous, and he is position unknown, especially because it's Happy. You don't know where he's going to come from, but Virtus Pro have Taz trained. That man Taz once again. We were just talking about him and how he managed to stay alive in previous situations, and he stays alive once more.
ENVYUS, again, we said it, or at least I said, that, it's never guaranteed. And they are only 1 round ahead at the moment, and VP look to be tying this one up, at least on paper. That's how this should go. We see Zeds to be brandished by the French players. ENVYUS make their way outside. And VP, they have a good read as to what is happening. They see the smokes, they understand that there's nothing going on towards ramp. Repositioning, adjusting, adapting. And they should be good to shut this one down. You can see Bialy's in position there to take down any wayward ENVYUS players. Or maybe not James. He's taking down no one.
Get out there, man. Get out there. Close that door. Create the funnel. Ooh, that's what makes to leave it open, but he will get... Okay, there we go. That works out in their favor. But a gun can be collected by the T side, and while all action's happening down towards B, Happy is coming in from the back. That's 1 player spotted, and now surely Virtus Pro will have no idea what's going on. Seems the T's may rotate towards the main entrance, and Snacks will hear them, but Snacks will have to reveal his own position if he wants to try and stop them. And he has broken the vents.
This is actually insane. Snacks can't actually get back up the vents. And he knows it. That's actually crazy. I love that Happy didn't drop down for the gun immediately. He has teammates that could get to the site. It's Scream who picked up the rifle, so this worked out well, but Scream has an engagement. The flick comes in, it's good there onto Snacks. And now there's big problems here for VP. That bomb is ticking away, and they still can't get into the bomb site. Scream, he knows what's up here. That's another frag for him towards Lobby in that hut, and now Pasha's been spotted as well. And if they grab his AWP, if they get this kill onto Pasha, that is so valuable. Scream will finally fall, though, and Pasha may just survive.
Took a while for them to figure out. Scream was facing main after that shot came off, was rattled off for the longest time. But he's so patient with his bursts, so on. He is definitely in Zen Master mode. Great flank from Happy, and it's taken away just in the dying seconds. Lovely stuff from Envy. That's exactly what they needed. And look what it's done to the money of Virtus Pro. That's got to be frustrating.
Yeah, that's a really big deal. Taking away the AWP, that, I mean, imagine if you have this money, but you have an AWP. There's so much you can do with that. It can actually, you know, if let's say ENVYUS pick the wrong place to go at the wrong time, and if VP get fortunate in that way, then you can lose rounds. But they can't really afford to do anything more than a half buy, and they need to be fairly frugal if they do decide to go for that. Maybe nothing more than CZs on a few players. ENVYUS are in a great position as we do observe the timeouts. Ooh, look at this, Connor. Sliggy, he's prepared pans, James. We got pans. I love pans.
That's not a pan.
Why is it not?
That's like a dolly shot. A pan is when you're
like left to
rotating
right.
on an axis, but he was strafing. So you know when you put the tracks down.
Oh, damn it!
Right? It's not a pan, Dan. Sorry, mate.
Why are we getting technical? I'm gonna ruin everything.
You said pan.
Your
Pan is technical.
jargon. Yeah, but it's layman pan. Everyone knew what I was talking about, James.
Layman pan. Oh dear.
Ooh, that's,
oh dear,
that's
oh
a nice
dear.
one.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
XMS hit in the face with the pan.
More oh dears.
They're fine. They are fine.
You know what? Actually, on the subject of pans, so I had a friend who used to play TF2, right? And he was like, I'm going to play an official. And I was really excited because I played hundreds of hours of TF2, but got bored of playing casual stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'll tune in, man. I'll tune in. It's going to be great. I can't wait to watch you play. They were all using frying pans only. Only frying pans. I was like, are you serious? Are you serious? I've tuned in for this. You're playing with frying pans.
Disgraceful.
It's ridiculous. Why would I tune in to watch that? Frying pans, Dad.
That's a bit weird, isn't it?
I am not making this up. If any of you think I'm talking nonsense, I'm not. Just look up TF2 frying pans. You'll find it. It's nonsense. But I have watched proper competitive TF2 Insomnia, so that's cool. Anyway, 13-10. Both teams back on the buy. Both teams on the sniper rifles. XMS with a Mac 10. Pasha is naked with his sniper rifle. Snacks playing around the smoke, but it will soon disappear. He can try to crawl back behind that box, but maybe he will take a different path.
Ooh, that's a nice little kill, isn't it? It's hard to trade Snacks in this position as well, and there you go. Sixer finds it the 1v1, but he will fall. And what do you do now? You just lost two players. You got nothing. You got literally nothing from it. So, well, I guess the round's over, James. So you said it's not a pan. So what is it? How do you describe that?
I think the track is called a dolly. I can't remember. I think it might be a dolly. I'll look it up. Because when you have a camera on rails, that's like following a car or something, right? I think, cable cam. Producer saying cable cam. I'm thinking of something else though. I would know the term if I heard it. Now I'm gonna search. Talk about Counter-Strike then.
All right, that I can do. Well, ENVYUS have a pretty nice position, being 2 rounds ahead. Obviously, a bit of a resurgence for VP in that last round. Good play outside from Snacks. And it'd be cool to see an adjustment, let's say a set piece onto the upper bomb side. Something, you know, explosive from ENVYUS. I think they've had a lot of success with those explosive rounds. We saw that contact split through main and through Huts and door onto that A side as well. That was quite strong for them previously, but...
It is a dolly cam.
It's a dolly cam?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a nice dolly cam. Sliggy, thank you. Sliggy. Ooh, here we go. Talking about explosive play straight into the ramp position. Taz, though, defending. Pasha also is going to try to defend. He will fail. He's failed. He's failed.
Yeah, that was an interesting repeat from Pasha. Down to the 4-on-4. Happy, unlucky not to get a kill there. Timing just working out for Virtus Pro. RPK on the high ground, though, will finish off the job. Neo getting taken down. And Envy have got a really strong position on the A bomb side. They've got the high ground advantage. They've got players on the low ground. They can plant with complete cover. Six are getting picked off elsewhere. Scream tapping once again. Scream just playing the piano on these fools. But we look good for 14-11. Scream is having a great day. It's a good day for Scream. Happy's really keen to have it to continue the clean sheets
This
here
is
at
like
ECS. He's been tweeting about it multiple times. So far, so good.
this is Scream's, second round of advertisement for his mouse, James. So that's what this is.
Let's see the situation for Virtus Pro. Oh man, they're just getting their second loss bonus at such a crucial time as well. So it's going to be hard. They may have to play against match points because they are only 4 rounds away from overtime. So I think it's a reasonable choice to make if that's what they want to do.
There we go. The sad thing with the AK, because there you can see that he was going is that imagine a world where you get like perfect, like 100% accuracy on first bullet with the AK-47. Imagine that world. That is a world where Scream is sitting on the throne, the Iron Throne. But thankfully, there's what would you call them? There's things to stop Scream from basically beating all of us, James. All of the time.
Variants.
There is a skill. There's like a cap put on Scream, basically.
Yeah.
A Scream cap. So he can only be this good Scream. We have created some variants within the game so that you cannot body everyone all the time. He's inhibited, James. He's inhibited.
Inhibited. Limited. And something else that rhymes with that. It's always nice to add a third word.
Inhibited. There you go. I made up a word.
You did.
James.
It's a good word, Dan.
So you
It's
had
a good
another
word.
one.
I respect your word. Your word demands respect. 14-11. Virtus Pro opted for the force buy. They've managed to get another rifle in play, so doesn't seem like they do want to play against match points or map points. Teeth moving in. Pasha with a great angle, offering him lots of cover, exposing the leaders, and that's enough. Look at this round from Virtus Pro. They haven't lost a single player, but what can they collect? 2 AKs and an AWP. Wow.
The money sucks for ENVYUS too, so they've got... I mean, Happy can drop an AK for Sixer, and Sixer can buy Kevlar and helmets and smoke and a flash.
Though? It wouldn't be wise to force in this run when you could just buy in the next one. Because they'll have a good buy.
A lovely buy.
In the next round. The Scream spent a fair bit, but I mean, he'll have an AK, and I wouldn't care if Scream didn't have grenades, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like the way he's playing at the moment. It's great to watch his mechanics as well, although GoTV doesn't show you exactly what he's doing. Sometimes it has weird corrections, but it shows you enough.
And the other reason I like this is because ENVYUS, they have a lot of great rounds, and I don't want to see them lacking utility because we've seen a lot of really nice, fast, dynamic rounds from them. And Sixer needs a drop.
What happened to Sixers?
He already had very bad money previously, so... but yeah, it's just... they have some really good rounds, and we saw it where they opted to go for 5 AK straight away on their first buy round.
Scream has bought utility and a Tech 9.
That is really weird.
Why doesn't Scream have an AK?
Yeah.
Give Scream an AK. He's got 30 kills, damn it.
Well, I guess we'll see if this works out for them. Perhaps they can claim a weapon for him, or perhaps he will pick up an AK from a fallen comrade, one or the other. I'm sure he'll see an AK at some point in the rounds.
I mean, in fairness, the other guys have been looking pretty sharp as well. So maybe it's fan service at this point.
They only have one spoken 3 Molotovs now, so they better have a plan here. And Bialy actually gets a frag this time, which is really useful for VP, and he'll be able to hold on to his position for now. Scream, though, has found himself the AK that was just dropped from XMS, so looks like no harm, no foul in that instance, in this situation. Ooh, scanning. Pasha all over the place there, finds the kill anyway. This is looking great for VP somehow. Scream, though, he needs to do something. He's got 30 kills, as you said. He needs a lot more in this round to try to convert here for ENVYUS.
Just the one.
Oh.
Unfortunately. Yeah, they got the bomb plants. So we'll see where this leaves them.
How many rounds have they lost in a row now?
Excuse my
3.
Oh, that's awkward.
So that's 2,900 plus the 800. So $3,700 for them there.
Surely they play for overtime.
It's a really weird one.
Otherwise, they have no utility or they have no guns.
I think like I think a half buy could work fine. I think that you want to have a round here. I think because you can still buy in the next round. So hopefully they have something for this.
Yeah. All I'm saying really is they need to have a buy for next round because I think they'll be handicapped too much. Sorry for my coughing. My asthma is not in a good place right now. Oh, they're going for the force buy. Okay. Well, let's see what they have chosen to buy. Well, they've got the utility.
I think
so they can get the guns into position for the close quarters engagements.
Yeah, I like this. I just think that you should, if you can, avoid it. And I think you can on the T side, generally speaking. Like, you can tailor the round to your buy to make it look good, to make the stuff that you have fit for purpose. And the CTs don't know what you've bought, so it's not a giveaway to them. So that's something that you have going for yourself. And they will, if they lose this round, they'll be on 4 rounds lost. And, I believe it's 4 rounds. So they'll have, if they get a bomb plant, a lot of money to get another force buy in, which will look respectable. So definitely chances here, just piling through the round position into hell. Now actually making some A-frag, but Neo is in a good spot here on the rafters to deny them, and Snacks as well in the blind spot. So this is falling apart rather quickly here, and Sixer, I mean, the best case for him now is to save the AWP, but I don't think it's going to happen. He does miss his shot. And that's 15 rounds for VP. So, after that first half, where VP were getting completely crushed by a great CT side from ENVYUS, they did still manage to keep their head above water enough to scrape together 5 rounds. And those 5 rounds seem to be like, or they could very well be like, just enough. And you can see with the money that ENVYUS have here, had they gotten a bomb plant, they would have had a case, actually, and slightly less utility. So, that is how slim the margins are. And so I really do like the fact that they did buy the previous round. I think it makes a lot of sense. Big wall of smokes from the T's outside there. Oh, that is really painful. Oh, wow. Just all the smoke kills from VP. What do you do now, ENVYUS?
2 rifles remain on the French side, French-speaking side, if you will. Scream being very careful. Sixers turn to tap. 1 man down, but that gun will not be retrievable. Oh, the bomb's been lost as well. Close those doors. Snacks won't allow it. And there it is. Last kill coming in for Virtus Pro. I mean, Envy were looking really good, but ultimately it is VP who take it over the line.